The sea decided that it wanted in. Floods came and wrecked the place. Rich folks packed their bags and left. What remains? A ghost town with a pulse. Jaywick. And that is actually a true story about what happened here in Jaywick. I'm in Jaywick, Britain's poorest coastal community. Ah, Jaywick, the hidden gem of Essex coastline. Or at least it used to be a gem. Now it's more like a questionable piercing you got on holiday in Magaluf that's yet to heal. Or at least that's what many say. Welcome to Jaywick, officially the UK's most deprived area.
Jaywick was founded in 1928 as a seaside retreat for London workers. Jaywick thrived as a holiday haven. Post-war neglect, devastating floods in 1953, and economic decline left it impoverished. Despite being labelled England's most deprived area, its tight-knit community endures, a fading echo of Britain's coastal dreams.
I'm going to be speaking with the local community to find out if Jaywick is all sands and struggle, or is there a bit more to it than just that. This shouldn't be difficult because I've been told the people of Jaywick love a good conversation. So, now where should we begin our journey? What do you think Jaywick needs?
Well, at this moment in time, obviously coming up to the busy tourism season, we need something more to attract them. We need, for what I've gathered, I've heard the campsite down there are going to close their gates. Right. So if you want to get to that campsite, completely cut through Jaywick, wipe Jaywick out and go all the way along round, that is going to lose us everything if they do that. So whoever's job that is, whoever decided that, closing the gate whilst we're coming up to summer, don't do it. You just, it's literally them trying to say we're better than you, we don't want to be associated, these two posh campsites. So a lot of tourists come through here and the bus stops right there and then they all come in there. That's the main thing I would say. Well,
What's your biggest concern living in Jaywick?
Well, I don't know if this, I don't know if I should say this, but there's a lot of vape shops and off licenses. They're opening like 3 or 4 all together. I don't think that's a legit business.
Do you feel safe in Jaywick?
Yes, 100%. I know it's got a very bad name and all this, everywhere's got bad people, but no, I feel very safe in Jaywick. But at the same time, I can see the kids, they're only 10 and 11 right now, but I can tell in maybe 10 years they're going to be a problem. This new little generation that have popped up, I mean, I'm getting followed down. I don't feel intimidated, but I thought if you were a bit older carrying a knife, then yeah. Yeah, so at the minute I've got no problems with anyone in Jaywick. It's actually a really quiet place unless you piss people off.
That might have something to do with the kids don't have much to do right now.
Exactly, no, they don't. And their pet,
For the kids.
all they've got to do is walk around. I caught them in the park setting fires 3 days in a row. I think it's just their boredom, nothing to do. Parents not sort of getting because
They're at work and they don't even know.
or they're not at well, they're not always at work, but nah, they're this new generation are allowed to roam free and terrorise old ladies, and I've seen them.
That's unfortunate.
Kicking shops and kicking windows and trying to break in Poundland. I'm worried in a decade. I will be very worried if they're still here.
Last final question.
Now fire away.
Describe Jaywick using one word. One word.
Cool.
Cool.
Yeah, yeah, that's all I can say. It's a cool place.
It is. Let's check out this beach, because trust me, this beach is stunning. Honestly, I mean, you got golden sand. The water doesn't look heavily polluted, which makes it change. And honestly, in the next 30 to 40 years, I see the whole dynamic of this place being completely overturned. Just imagine there'll be villas there, you know, there'll be jet skis, all the type of water activity one can ask for. I honestly think this place has potential, and no wonder investors are all coming here and investing in these decaying holiday chalets, or used to be holiday chalets. Now, I've just spoken to one of the locals who's told me apparently these homes go for around 40 to 60,000, which honestly, for those who can afford that, I would say that's a pretty decent investment on what could essentially be a beachfront property in Essex. Gosh, I wish I was rich. Right, now this part here is where Jaywick begins. And I've been told all of this used to be Butlins, where today it's now a golf course. And of course, I don't know about you, but I don't think I've been to a deprived area with a golf course. I'll tell you what makes me laugh about this place, right? Because a lot of the people that live here are supposed to be deprived, yet some of them own these big mansions. I almost want to knock there and be like, hang on, you are supposed to be deprived. How on earth can you afford such a home? As offensive that may sound, but you know, because it's astonishing, because most people in London don't live in homes this size. Yeah, I'm here in Jaywick, and I was meant to believe these people are deprived. I mean, honestly, this lady that lives in this mega mansion lives by a golf course overseeing a beach. Nothing of what I just said sounds deprived. Right, now, I'm about to go meet up with Mr. Danny Sloggett, aka Mr. Jaywick. Many know him as Mr. Shine On. That's his famous catchphrase, so I've been told he's quite the character. Can't wait to go see him. Let's go. I'm running a bit late. We'll be free by 3 p.m. You shine on, bro. He's quite an interesting chap, isn't he? Now look, this isn't bad. It truly isn't bad, because I can get used to this. You know, Friday afternoon in the beach, Saturday morning jogging on the beach. It's not a bad life. I can honestly get used to this.
I always call Jaywick the Costa del Jarwick. Why is that? Take a look, why? That is the Costa del Jarwick. We have one of the best beaches in the UK. That is why we're the Costa del Jarwick. This beach, we need to utilise it. We need more people to come here for our beach, which they do in the summer. You know, if we had a Butlins all year, we have lots of caravan parks and stuff, but it's not the same level as what Butlins was. So do your research, find out what Butlins was and what it is. And when you take that away from a community in 1986, when it went, we lost 1 million people a year. Jaywick was like an overspill for Butlins. All of the people that couldn't get into Butlins used to rent out places in Jaywick. But once you took that away, Jaywick became a ghost town. Ghost town, living in a Jarwick. All the clubs have been closed down. All the clubs have been closed down. But we didn't give up. And we worked together, and we run community groups. We feed each other, we help each other. We had the best community spirit in the world. You can feel it. And Jaywick has got something more than money. I do believe, ever since I moved to Jaywick, aged 11, I do believe that people with less are better people. And people with more money look down on each other and they criticise each other and they always want more and they're never happy. So come to Jaywick and find yourself. Mwah. Thank you, I will. Beach bar that was built as a present to Jaywick. So when Jaywick flooded in 1953, the man that built Jaywick built that beach bar for Jaywick. And you can see how we are not deprived. We can afford to feed ourselves, we can afford to feed animals. I know people that are very rich that don't feed animals. You should come to Jaywick and look after the animals. So we have got such a great, fantastic community. We have got the mighty Broadway Club. And he's made it really big, so it goes all the way to there now. They have mighty live bands, a fantastic venue. The people that own it are fantastic. Shine on the Broadway Club. We've got the mighty Sands here that does food for everybody. And it's like a food kitchen, a soup kitchen. We've got like a lovely newsagent's over there. She's lovely. We've got a Subway shop. We've got a Spice Indian restaurant. We've got a new barber's opening over there. We've got a fantastic Chinese here. We've got a fantastic kebab shop there. We've got the mighty Never Say Die over there. We have got so many shops and venues and clubs. Jaywick's doing really well. We are returning to the old days. Today, 2025, is like Jaywick used to be in 1975. We have returned to our roots and we have got everything coming back how it used to be. Shine on!
I still couldn't comprehend how a place that appears so picturesque could ever be labelled as deprived. What crucial detail was escaping my perception?
Basically, Jaywick's got a twin, and it's in Herne Bay, Kent, and it's called Stud Hill, and Jaywick's twin is there. So I haven't been there yet to meet my cousin, but I need to go there in the next month or so to go to Stud Hill, and all the roads are named after Jaywick roads, the same sort of names. So I really want to get down there. If you want to come with me, that's an invitation.
Question.
Yes.
What's the one thing you believe Jaywick needs?
It needs basically more investment, more opportunities, more jobs. Basically, there was a Butlins holiday camp in Clacton, and that closed in 1986, and that used to attract 1 million visitors a year.
Gosh, that's a lot.
So, shine on! So we do need another Butlins. We do need a big holiday company like Butlins or Disneyland to come to Jaywick and bring us 1 million people again.
Disneyland.
That'd be nice.
Right, I love Jaywick because it's a friendly community and everyone's there for everyone, no matter what.
Right, if you can change one thing about Jaywick, what would it be?
More shops.
More shops.
Yeah.
Okay, and in your point of view, what would improve Jaywick besides more shops?
Better places.
Better places.
Yeah.
And describe Jaywick using 3 words.
Living the dream.
Living a dream, I like it.
That's it.
Back in 1986, I used to race my motorbikes all over these backfields. And say I rode my bike on the roads in Jaywick. If the police come and said I weren't allowed to do it, I used to just race down the alleyways, then across the field. And the police could never catch me. But, you know, shine on, eh? We've all got to be a bit naughty sometimes. That big house on the corner, and my dad built 3 plots and knocked them all down and built that one big house. This is Sea Crescent. This is a beautiful place where the kids all play. This is fantastic here. What a lovely green open space, isn't it? See, yeah, basically over the backlands there is 4 oak trees they planted probably 100 years ago. And because there's not a lot of nutrients in the soil, they've only ever got to like miniature ones. They're only like that sort of size. But if they were in London, they would be like 100 foot high. I'd like to show you them as well.
Right, what are your names?
Well, I'm known as Dizzy
Dizzy.
because I have disabilities that cause me to have dizzy spells.
Right.
And this is my daughter, Elika.
Elika.
And Elika has always been female, but unfortunately she was born with a male body. So now she's finally accepted that she's female, and she's beautiful.
You are
absolutely beautiful. I know, such a graceful lady. And I have been doing various different crafts. I also make dizzy masks for bikers, which is my own design, and beading, paracording. I've been doing this for years, and I was doing it as dizzy jingles, which is what I was before. But myself, Elika, and one other person, Suzanne, have now come together, and we're forming Rainbow Ravens. Like Elika's getting married, Elika and Suzanne are getting married.
Shine on.
Shine on, yeah.
You are making the dreams come true.
Definitely, definitely.
What's your favourite thing about Jaywick?
I love Jaywick. The initial reason why I love Jaywick is my actual name is Jane, and I was known as Jay, J-A-Y, amongst the biker community where I was living before. And I so much wanted to move into Jaywick, but the house that we had our eye on, unfortunately we couldn't have it. I love coming down to Jaywick and coming and staying with Elika and Suzanne, but unfortunately my house is up in Clacton-on-Sea, but it's West Clacton, it's close enough to Jaywick, isn't it?
West Clacton is Jaywick.
Jaywick, shine on.
It's the same shine on Jaywick.
But yeah, Jaywick, I absolutely love Jaywick. There's a beautiful beach here for a start. The community is just so supportive.
It is.
And that really matters a lot. It's something you don't really get in a lot of places.
Same to you.
Without a doubt, it is the community. Being a trans person, especially with recent stigmas and politicisation of my community, I have been most worried about finding somewhere that I fit in, but Jaywick is one of the most welcoming places I have ever been to in my life.
Now, if you could change one thing about Jaywick, what would it be?
Attitude outside of Jaywick, because sometimes it's just so negative and it really is unwarranted. They don't know the truth. All they know is, whisperers that go around, and the whispers are just so far off key that really the attitude of people.
I would completely agree with the attitude factor, as well as add that, I feel that the government could do more to support Jaywick as well.
That's true, very true.
Where do you see Jaywick in 15 years?
In 15 or 50?
15, 1-5.
15 years. There are people here who really make something with their houses to begin with. What used to be shantytown, gosh, 80 years ago, it's no longer, it's not a shantytown. There are people, you can see here, the houses, how they're decorated. People are proud to be here. They're proud of what they have. And I can only see that improving. And hopefully as well with the government, that the government will work more towards building this area into a place where they know it's a good place to go to. It's a great place for holidays.
I see Jaywick being a hub of the Sunshine Coast without a doubt, because it's, as Rom said, it's a beautiful place and people are proud to be here. And as more is done to support Jaywick, it can grow so much. There is so much potential for this place. It is unbelievable.
Now look, Jaywick, it's not all sand, sea and struggle. There is a lot of success stories here. Now, shortly I'm off to meet a serial entrepreneur who goes by the name of Basil. And he works alongside his missus, who I believe her name is Susie. Now they've agreed to give me a short interview, so let's go see how they've managed to make it work here in Jaywick, where many describe us deprived. Let's go meet Basil and Susie.
Next up, we're going to be speaking with both Barry and Susie, who have invited me into their lovely home for a brief conversation.
Shake your hand quickly. Appreciate you for coming to see us.
All right, mate. You're welcome.
For letting me to come see you. So yeah, thank you for welcoming me to your home, and hopefully we can ask you some good questions and you can answer them.
You can, as long as my barrister says I can answer them, by all means I will.
There won't be incriminating questions. Let's go. Now, you're recording, feel free to say anything silly. I'll just keep the camera rolling.
And you can dissect it afterwards.
Edit it, and don't worry about mistakes. If you have to repeat yourself, go ahead and repeat yourself. Who am I talking to today?
You're talking to us who are talking to you.
And your name, sir?
What's my name? Basil.
Basil. And your name, madam?
Susie.
Susie, it's a pleasure to meet you both.
And you?
Describe Jaywick using only 3 words. We'll start with the gentleman first.
What can we say about Jaywick in 3 words? Very excitable area.
Very excitable area.
Breathtaking and out of this world.
And out of this world. Well said, well said. You guys have kids?
About 20 of them.
More than that.
We've got kids, grandchildren and great-grandchildren all over the world.
Oh, wow.
They've all kind of expanded out in the world.
What about the lot that you just adopted?
What a lot.
That lot down there.
Oh, it's different.
There's another 6 kids she's bloody just
8.
adopted. Oh, 8
She's
kids.
had 2 more kids since.
Wow. Fair play, fair play. And do a lot of your kids visit?
Yes.
Yeah, now and again we get visitors.
All right, help yourself
All
to
right,
veggies
yeah,
down
got
there. Yeah, they come back from the ones in Ireland. They were here for 3 days, so it's airport duties there and back.
Oh.
And I had 8 of them, 8 kids.
Which one? Stansted Airport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have thought so. Yeah. Oh, fair play, fair play. Okay. I was
See you
gonna ask
later.
When did you guys move into Jaywick?
We moved in 2000 to Clacton. We bought this in 2003 for our retirement bungalow because we owned hotels in Clacton.
Oh, Basil was telling me, yes.
Yeah.
One of them was called the Fawlty Tower, is that
Correct.
That must have been chaos.
No, it wasn't.
We had to do scenes in the morning for the B&Bs.
Right.
And one morning we had, I thought, were Germans in. So,
Just like
yeah, so he's gone like this, isn't he? I said, Barry, you can't do that, they're Germans. So they shouted out, no, we're not, we're Finnish, carry on. No, Finnish.
Finnish is from Finland.
Yes, you carry on. Every morning we had to do a scene.
Oh, wow.
Sybil, I'm coming.
That's honestly one of my favourite shows.
Yeah.
You didn't hire a butler called Manoir, did you?
No, we couldn't afford it then.
Couldn't afford it. Fair play to you. Next question, actually. You guys used to own a lot of properties here in Jaywick. Now, why did you choose to buy and rent here in Jaywick? And how did you come? How was you able to afford so many properties?
Well, when we won the lottery, all these millions, we thought, what can we do with it?
And we didn't. We worked hard. I've worked 12-hour shifts up London to get where we are now.
You used to commute back and forth from London?
I lived in Harlow, yeah.
I suppose, but it's not too far, yeah?
No.
An hour and a half?
Yeah, I could do it blindfolded. That's how bad.
You've
love to see you try.
You've seen all the accidents.
But no, we worked hard, and having the hotel, we just put money away. Unless we got enough in the pot,
Yeah.
we'd go and buy one. Then we got more in the pot, we'd go and buy one.
How many properties did you guys own around here?
We did have 9, but we sold half of them now.
Yes, Basil told me.
Yeah, so we just got 4 now, and it just tops up our pension.
Yeah, and you're renting them out currently?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how's that going?
Touch wood, good.
Touch real good.
Yeah.
Now, I did see you guys on one of the documentaries. You was getting a lot of troubles from a few of your tenants.
Yeah.
And one of them you had to take to court. Well, several of them you had to take
Yes.
to court.
Yeah.
Now, how did all of that end?
Well, when you go to Judge Rinder, I will mention his name because where we went, I kept saying to the people, oh, there's no point really, because once you go to court, they haven't got to pay you back a penny anyway. Oh no, we pay the money. I was thinking, what? Yes. So by going on television, the minute it's aired, we're guaranteed the money.
Oh, wow.
All right, I lost out on one because I was ill and I didn't do the books properly.
Okay.
I didn't fiddle it because the taxman see it, but because I scribbled it because I couldn't write properly, Judge Rinder tore me to strips, as you probably saw on the television. So I only got.
I watched that one actually.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Basil was telling me you guys was on that.
Yeah.
What's the other documentary? What was it called? The quite recent one. I mean, they were filmed a long time
The
ago.
caravan park, when I done the charity one.
Benefit by the Sea or something?
Yes.
Yes, yeah, that-
Jaywick and Benefits by the Sea. Yeah, we was on all of them.
Okay.
Yeah. And the one that you probably think was across the road there where they smashed the place to pieces. Oh,
That must have broken your heart.
30 grand that cost us to put back right.
30,000.
30,000. People think we're millionaires.
So, yeah, I would think you're a millionaire. Doesn't it cost about 30, 40 grand to just buy another one?
Yeah.
It does.
No, not that particular one.
Oh no, that one's worth.
No, but you wouldn't get that now anyway. You're talking up nearly hundreds now to
Where was
buy
that, by the
one.
Brooklands?
No, across the road there.
Oh, in a much better area. Beside government funding, what would you say Jaywick needs? You can both answer it.
Well, it needs more help down here with life-saving equipment. That's a dead cert because we've had
A couple of deaths now.
Yeah.
Life-saving.
We've had a few people drowned here. In the mornings we wake up, sometimes there are bodies on the beach.
You've seen that?
Yes.
Yeah, you've had bodies washed up just out the front here.
No way.
Yeah.
That's
How many,
horrendous.
we've had 2 or 3 so far.
Yeah.
Imagine a child saw that.
I'm just trying to think, other than
Were
government,
these incidents quite recent?
A few years back now.
a couple of years ago,
Yeah, a
wasn't
few
it? That's
years
was on
back.
holiday. And then the one over there, the other rocks, because we said to him, just wait, because the body will come back, and it did. And his dog come back with him as well, didn't it? I'm just trying.
In terms of the community, what have you got to say about the community? Describe
Community,
the community in Jaywick.
100%.
It's a
Very
tight-knit
strong.
community.
Very strong. That's why we sold up in Clacton.
Yeah.
And we bought here, obviously here, because the community here, you can't fault it.
Okay.
And it's proof is in the pudding. On that surge night, we all stuck together, got the old people there and the animals. If anything goes wrong, we'll always help each other. We do the food bank. People have got the food out there, just tote that. And as for, you've got druggies and you've got alkies. You get them everywhere.
Of course.
I can't speak for the druggies because I won't entertain them because we've got personal grief with that with my daughter, so I'll keep a shy away from that. But alkies, it's all an illness, I know. But someone fell over a couple of years ago down the bottom there, and all the alkies got up, put themselves out to help her up, and make sure she was okay.
Wow.
When they're needed, they will. I've had 2 alcoholics renting my places. People go, no, keep away from it. I said, I'll give him a chance. He used to get his money, he used to run down here, give me his rent, bye Susie, I'm off. He knew what was in his pocket was his.
Yeah.
His place was spotless.
Oh,
So as the saying goes, you can't judge a book by its cover.
oh, zero.
Yeah.
Yeah. In 10 years' time, where do you see Jaywick, and do you see yourself still here in Jaywick?
That's a funny question to ask because I wanted to move. I'm not going to get the place I want. I want a little bungalow in the middle of nowhere so I can have my animals back. But then when you wake up to this in the morning, you're thinking, no.
They can't build on your front door.
You can't build on there. But it's different every day here. I mean, that's my bedroom upstairs. So I go out in the balcony and that's breathtaking. You can't, and it's all free. So I can't see us moving, but 10 years' time, I don't know. Are we still going to be Jaywick itself? I mean, it's still in a rut. I don't know. It's hard to
10
say.
years' time, I'll be in a little pot.
You don't know.
10 years' time, I'll be in a little pot. Yeah.
Oh, what, on top of my dressing table?
Yeah, on top of a dressing table.
You'll
Yeah.
learn.
Yeah, I'll be cremated by then.
The other question was, I've been told at night time they turn off the lights. Is there any truth to that?
We haven't got lights.
Street lights.
At 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock.
Oh,
12
yeah,
o'clock they
that's
go
that
off.
Right down there,
And the
yeah.
ones in the close.
Oh, yeah, there's one in the close.
But we've always said no to lights along here
Ah, why is that?
because we like looking at the stars.
Susie told me what she used to do for a living. You've not told me what you've done for a living.
We used to deliver cars, brand new cars to all the film stars.
I used to break into properties.
Is this one of his made up stories?
Oh, no,
No,
he
no.
did.
Okay.
But official.
Yeah, I
He used to work with the bailiffs.
So you was one of them.
No, I wasn't a bailiff. No, I was something a bit different to the bailiffs, but they did ask me if I would leave what I was doing and work for them, and I said no.
Now, my last question for you, Susie, is what brings you happiness?
Me.
Yes. because we don't stop laughing the whole time. We live life to the full.
Right, Basil, what brings you happiness?
My baby.
And
Spirit.
who's your baby?
Spirit. My GSD, my one and only partner now. I've had a few of them, but she's nearly as good
A shadow.
as Shadow.
A shadow. Who's Shadow? Your previous
That was,
dog?
yeah.
She stuck to me like glue.
Good, good. They always say a dog's a man's best friend.
Yeah, and I've been out with some dogs in my life.
Sounded like Del Boy.
No, we've had a few dogs, haven't we?
Do you guys have any hobbies?
Yes.
What are your hobbies?
I've got a jigsaw going the whole time. Not one, but when I do one, so that's my sit over there, because I can sit there and I can watch the world, and they all wave to me going past, and I read, and I do catch up with my soaps, and I'm happy with that. Barry's got his bees. Whoops, I'm playing with your thing again.
That explains the honeys.
Yes.
Are those actual real honeys?
Yes, they're from the bees.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, so Barry's a beekeeper. He does his psychic stuff.
And I'm a ghostbuster.
And a ghostbuster.
You're a ghostbuster.
Yeah, he takes photographs.
I can
If
show
he can get his camera working.
I can show you pictures that make your hair turn black.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you know he's got grey hair?
Oh, they're starting to come through. A young man, but they're starting to come through, honestly.
It's been an absolute pleasure speaking with both Barry and Susie, and I look forward to seeing them very soon.
Right, when we go out for the day, we leave 2 jars out the front, and we leave the little bee, and they put the money in there.
And people actually play, they just don't
They,
get a runner.
they do, no, they pay for it.
That's
Yes.
incredible.
We had one woman put 2p in there for a jar of honey.
2p? Oh, she did a runner.
Only one, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I think what Barry did a mistake was, because we have a charity stall and just put the word donations out, she's seen the word donations, but that's taken the p a bit, but...
Big time, big
Yeah,
time.
but no, normally, and locals, if they haven't got any money after being on the beach with dog walking, they put the honey up, they put the cameras outside, and they go off with the honey, and then when they come next time with the dogs, they put the money up there.
Oh, that's honest.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes a change. I've just finished talking with Barry and Susie, 2 of the most lovely individuals I've met during my time here in Jaywick. We're gonna now go check out Brooklyn's, the notorious Brooklyn that everyone has been telling me is the roughest part of Jaywick. So let's go see if these rumors are actually true. This is Brooklyn's, apparently where dreams go, well, not to exactly die, but instead take a very long nap inside a caravan. Well, at least that's what I've been told. Now, I'm in Brooklyn's, and I must say, I don't see many caravans. I see homes. I see a lot of homes. I see red buses. I see a sunspot. I see many things, but I do not see a caravan. So, not exactly sure where all of this has come from. Now, exactly how rough is Brooklyn's? Let me tell you something. I've been to Blackpool on a Saturday night. I've been to IKEA on a bank holiday. But yeah, this is something else. It's something else. If there's one thing Jaywick needs to do is add some speed signs and speed humps, honestly, because I'm in Brooklyn, and the amount of people just speeding past this narrow road, residential road, with kids crossing, kids and women, it's insane. And there isn't a single speed sign here, which is bizarre. London, you could be on the motorway and there's speed sign for 20 miles per hour. So add some speed signs here, speed humps, and protect the people walking the streets, because this is insane. I've seen too many cars whizzing down now. To many people, Jaywick is a paradox, a place people mock, but it also serves as a last refuge for many people priced out of normal Britain. So the question really is Jaywick a failed town, or is it just Britain's dirty little secret? it would be disingenuous to come here and say, you know, Jaywick is not rough. That would be a lie. But it will also be disingenuous to say Jaywick is the most deprived place I've ever been to, because honestly, it isn't. I've been to places in Wales far worse than Jaywick. I've been to Luton, in my opinion, far worse than Jaywick. So it would be a massive, bold lie for me to sit here and be like, oh, this is the worst place in England. So I don't really know where all these reports come from. Now, is Jaywick just broken beachfront and shorelines of suffering? Or is it a tide of hardship, weathering the storm together? Subscribe if you enjoy the content, and I will see you guys soon.